So we just started out on this first home search project, so I will walk you through the project scope documents as well as the steps that we've taken so far and the progress that we've made. So to start, I am acting as the business analyst. Instructor Kimberly Reed is our project sponsor, as she will be the one paying the mortgage for this first home. Really, the objective of our project is to find a suitable home for the client to purchase and to fully move into once they retire. And the home should meet all of the client's needs and address most, if hopefully not all, of their wants. Some of our stakeholders for the project, Instructor Kimberly Reed is the head of household. I am acting as the realtor on this project, and the household will have one other full-time occupant as well as some visitors. The main communication, I will primarily meet with the head of the household, either through email or phone, and if there needs to be follow-up conversations, I'll work with the head of the household to set those up. And they may also reach out to me if they have additional information or questions. And then as the head of household sees fit, they can share information out with some of those other stakeholders, such as the other people living or visiting that house. Some of our in-scope project criteria, getting into those details of the project. The stakeholders are looking for a private beachfront property to move into after they retire and vacation there until they get to that point. They're looking for a location that's a European-based government with low-level crime, a good expatriates community, and easy access from the U.S., so within 2 hours of an airport and less than a half-day flight. They'd like an open floor plan home with some studios for visitors, easy access to small town amenities, many large windows and sliding glass doors for their beachfront access, a nice outdoor space for grilling, gardening, and a dog, and a carport and storage for all of that beach equipment. They'd also would like hiking areas within 3 hours driving time. They would remodel some, but really would prefer not to, and wouldn't want to do a lot of it. The criteria is that they don't want to build a house. The home can't be close to the beach, it needs to be on the beach. They have a budget of $350,000 to $450,000, so homes above that are definitely out of scope. Countries that are farther than a half-day flight from the U.S. would be out of scope as well, along with countries that don't have that European-based government that they're looking for. When we get into who's responsible, who's accountable, and who would be informed and consulted on the project, for as far as finding home options to share with everyone, I, as the realtor, would be responsible as well as accountable for making sure that that is accomplished. The owner would be responsible for sharing their ideas and things with me. The other occupants would be informed and sharing the needs and wants for the home. The owner would be responsible and accountable for doing that. I would be responsible for making sure that any additional elicitation or questions are asked. I would be informed of all of that information, and the other occupants of the home would be consulted for their opinion. As far as showing homes to the owner, I would be responsible and accountable for that, and the occupants of the home, including the owner, would be informed of the homes that I'm showing them as well as consulted for their opinion. As far as choosing a home, the owner would be responsible and accountable for making that final choice. I would be informed and could be consulted on some questions that they might have, and the other occupants of the home would be consulted for their opinion as well. Securing payment, the owner would be responsible and accountable. I would be informed that they did secure the payment, and the other occupants of the home would be informed. Other occupants of the home would be informed and also consulted to make sure that that goes through. As far as closing on the home, I would be accountable to make sure that everything goes through. The owner's responsible for many of the documents and other things during that process, and the other occupants of the home would be informed and consulted as needed. And as far as moving into the home, I would be informed that they were able to move in. The owners and other occupants of the home would be responsible and accountable for making sure that that happens. So far in our process, we have completed a written survey. The survey consisted of 5 questions, and really it got me to the point of knowing that the budget was $350,000. It appeared on the survey that the owner would rather live in the country versus the suburbs. They did not share a preference on their style of home. I found out that they would be using the home for retirement and for spending time with their significant other, and I learned that there would be 2 people that live in the house full-time. So, in all reality, the survey didn't get me very far. I was hoping to get more information from it, and I think had I reworded my questions to be a little more open-ended, I would have gotten there. So really, my bulk of my information came from a phone interview that I completed with that owner and head of household. And we talked a lot about what the communication would be, who the stakeholders are, and then some of those general things, what the home would be used for, when they'd be moving in, what that budget is, and then got into the nuts and bolts of where the home should be and what that travel should look like, as well as what should be close by the homes, like the location, amenities. Some of the key points that they had mentioned was that there'd like a lot of close and a variety of dining options and small town things that they would be able to easily access by biking. But it also needed to be within 2 hours of a larger city with an airport in order to easily accommodate those visitors that they would be having. And then getting into some of the home specifications, an open floor plan home to fit the people living there as well as those visitors when they do come, along with those studios for the visitors, and I was able to get some more detail about that they wouldn't need a full kitchen, but they would need to have their own space, as well as some of those things that they're looking for on the outdoors, so that grilling space, the large yard for their aunt dog, carport, outdoor storage for paddleboard and other beach things, and then some other details about bedroom and bathroom and where those would preferably be located. Learn that the house wouldn't have to be furnished, but that even though they were retired, they'd still be planning on doing some work and would need access to Wi-Fi and potentially a workspace to be able to complete that work. And then, learned about some of their hobbies so that I can try to fit those into the home search as well. So, received a lot of good information during my interview process, and I'm ready to take this information and start looking for a property to fulfill those project requirements.